Hello, everyone. Hello, everybody. Happy Thursday. Happy day before Hocus Pocus 2 day. Well, at least that's how I'm choosing to celebrate around here. Excuse my jacket today. It's a little bit chilly today in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. So we just turned the heat on in the building. And it's a very, very large building, so it takes a little while for the heat to filter through every different area. So the production studio, which is where I am and where I record all of the videos record and also do the live videos, it's still a little chilly in here. You can hear the furnace is turned on in here because each different area of the building has its own furnace, but it's a little chilly in here today. So I decided that my light coat would be sufficient for this live. Hello, Valencia. Hello, Marlene. Hello, Darren. Hi, everyone. So I'm really excited because today kicks off our 2-day sale for World Card Making Day. Me too, Marlene. Hello, Shelly. In Massachusetts. I've always wanted to visit Massachusetts. So, World Card Making Day, the sale begins today, and it ends tomorrow at 11:59 Eastern Standard Time, and that's when all the products will cease to be on sale. So right now, I know, isn't it chilly, Maria? So right now on the website, you can get some smoking deals. There are over 1,000 products that are on sale for World Card Making Day. We do this sale every single year for World Card Making Day, and there are so many brands that are on sale. Now, the one thing that's really cool about World Card Making Day is this is the only time other than Black Friday where even new products you will find are on sale. So everything varies from like 10% depending on what we have with our agreements with different brands, all the way up to 90% on some of the products. So there are probably some things that you were looking at or you have been looking at for quite some time that now you're like, oh, I better go check to see if that's on sale. One thing that I can tell you that there is a sale on, and it will only happen right now, is all of the new Tim Holtz holiday as well as Halloween. So all of those different things are on sale. Michelle, Doodlebug will be here Monday. It'll be here Monday. It should hit the website, I think, tomorrow, but it will all be here on Monday. And I'm sure that you've already seen the collection because you are a Doodlebug fanatic just like I am, and I'm really, really excited about that. Something that just hit the website today that I'm very excited about is this little tool from my dear sweet friend Gina from Gina K Designs. This is her new pick tool, and oh my goodness gracious, great balls of fire, this tool is something that you have to have in your repertoire. And I'll tell you why. And you know, having a brand myself, I really am kind of strenuous on other brands' products just because we develop our own and I know how many of them are developed. And this pick tool is something that will absolutely be in my toolbox. I got a couple of them in my toolbox for a very long time to come. So I'm going to show you this. It is live on the website. We only have about a case of them, but I have a feeling we should have enough for everyone that wants one. So let's go to the top view and let me show you this tool. So this new tool, we're going to use it today in the card that we're making. This is the Gina K Designs pick tool. So let's do a little zoom so you can see a little bit better. So the way that this works, it comes in this really nice little tube. But the thing that I think I was most impressed with this tool, hello Daryl, the thing that I was most impressed with this tool is the weight of it. So it is a very substantial metal tool. So one end of it is going to be your pick end. So one end is kind of how you place things down. And then the other end is a wax tip. So this is just such a well thought out, it's just a really, really great pick tool. And this is again from our friend Gina at Gina K Designs. I will be using it today whenever I'm putting some sequins on my card. But I just was very, very impressed. I mean, I didn't expect anything less from our Gina at Gina K Designs, but I can't get over how well done this product is. So this is definitely something that you are going to want to have in your toolbox. So today, a couple of things that we are going to need in order to make this really cool masked leaf card that we're going to be making. So we're going to need some of the Brutus Monroe alcohol marker cardstock. This is the Simple Blend cardstock or the Perfect Blend cardstock. It's the best for blending. Also, we are going to need some of the Brutus Monroe masking paper. This masking paper just came out, or not came out, oh my goodness. We've had this masking paper for a long time, but this was just restocked. So we have it in two sizes. We have it in the 8.5 by 11, which is what I'm going to use today. And then we also have it in the, what's the word I'm looking for? We also have it in the 4 1/4 by 5.5 size. Okay? So really super duper excited about that. So also we have, let me put this over to the side here. We also have the die set that is the leaf cutting die set. So this leaf cutting die set is something that I use constantly this time of year. It is by far one of my absolute favorite die sets that we've ever released at Brutus Monroe. And we're also going to be using some things from the Fall Florals Inspiration Kit. There are still a couple of these available. We are going to be using the sequins. So let me grab the sequins out. We are going to be using some of the paper from the paper pad. We are going to use some of the ribbon. And we are also going to be using some of the conversation clippings. So I'm not sure which color we're going to use yet, so I'm just going to grab those and we can kind of go from there. And then we also need a card base. So remember, your card bases always come with your kits. And also, I think we're going to use a little bit of glitter stock because, I mean, when you have glitter stock, why not use glitter stock, right? So the very first thing we're going to do is we're going to get our masks ready. So the way that we use the Brutus Monroe masking paper, and I'm noticing that actually our printer printed this on the wrong side. So normally your masking paper, the side that you are going to cut on would be the side that, you know, it's the opposite side. So we're going to actually cut on the Brutus Monroe side, which is not normal. So you're going to have to double check which side on yours that you're going to be cutting, but it doesn't affect the paper. So we're going to go ahead and we are going to cut this at 5.5 so we can put this right on our die cutting machine. And I'm going to pop this in here, and then we are going to cut these leaves out on the Brutus Monroe side. So it's a little bit different. Oh, good. I love that, Michelle. You'll have to send me pictures. So we're going to grab our die set, and all we're going to do is we're just going to place these wherever we want because we're going to cut out, I think, maybe 2 sets, maybe just 1 set. I'm not 100% certain yet what exactly we're going to cut out because we're going to be using these multiple times. I am going to give you a tip though, with the masking paper in general, just the way that masking paper is, will not like to stick to wet ink. So we are going to be doing a little bit of drying in between, but we're going to be creating what will look like kind of some fallen leaves. So we're going to create some fallen leaves on our background. So let me get all of this glue off of the back of these leaves. This is when these were manufactured, that still uses the old glue dots that we no longer use. So I'm going to peel as much of that off as possible. You can also use a heat gun. It does come off pretty easily. You just kind of gotta zhuzh it a little bit. And let me try to get the rest of the glue off of this one. Yes, the sale right now is absolutely bonkers. Absolutely bonkers. But it's a great sale. So let me get these. I'm going to grab my die cutting machine. The die cutting machine is generally off camera because that's not the fun part, right? Watching things get die cut is not fun. So let me bring this over to here and then I'll reposition them. On to, whoops, okay, this has a piece of glue on it. That's why it keeps sticking to everything. All right. So let me go ahead and add on our leaves here. And we'll probably be able to get maybe like one more of 2 of the leaves on here. Whoopsies. Don't want it to shift. Okay, there we go. Okay, so there's our first run through. Let me grab these off of the plate. How is everybody doing today? Good? Everybody having a good day so far? All right, we'll do one more big one. And I think we can pop in another littler one up here. Yep. And then we can pop in our last one down here. All right. So let me put my dies over to the side here. Get everything kind of lined up again. Run that through. Yes, 7 days and counting. I have no idea what just fell off of my table. When our dear sweet Heather cleaned up in here, I think that some things were kind of stacked a little high. I mean, in her defense, we do have a lot of stuff in this studio, but I think things got stacked, triple stacked. All right, so there's the rest of our leaves. And then don't throw this away, because you could use this whole sheet. Maybe we'll use that to do a bonus card. You can use that whole sheet to create a secondary card. Okay. So let me put my die cutting machine away. And let's grab a piece of that perfect blend. And I'm also going to grab a Brutus Monroe grid mat. There we go. Because we always need a grid mat when we're going to do some blending. So let's grab a piece of perfect blend. We're going to cut this perfect blend down to 4 by 5 1/4, because on our cheat sheet here it tells us 4 by 5 1/4 is the first layer. So let's try to get that as even as possible. So 4 by 5 1/4. Okay, and then what we're going to do is we'll place this right in the center there. And now we're going to place our leaves on, okay? We're actually having a viewing party here at Brutus Monroe for Hocus Pocus 2. We sure are. So all I'm doing is, and on the back of this, you will notice there are little like cuts on the back of it that are so that it's easier for you to pull the backing off of this. So you'll notice that makes it a little bit easier when you're placing your masking paper. Makes it a lot easier, actually. And we're just placing our leaves all over our background here. All right, I am going to have to grab my heat tool. I was just thinking about that. Let me plug that in real quick. Oh, awesome. Well, if you you can do that like family watch thing too, where you can kind of watch it together. Me and my sister watched 101 Dalmatians that way. All right, so I'm just placing the leaves kind of, you know, we're basically creating a background is what we're attempting to do here. We're creating a background, and then we're going to layer the leaves, I think, 2 more times. It depends on how this first run turns out, but I think we're going to do it 2 more times. Oops, I didn't get that back piece off. Okay, whoops. There we go. All right, And then 2 more little leaves here. And they can overlap just ever so slightly. It's not going to hurt anything. But you do want them to be a little bit off of the backdrop panel because you want it to give that illusion. All right, so now you're going to kind of burnish everything down. Don't worry about burnishing it too much because it will in fact come off whenever you're done. So we're going to use a little bit of Over the Moon. We're going to use a little bit of Roar. And we are going to use a little bit of Love Struck. I think those are some pretty fall colors. So we'll start with Love Struck. And we'll start that up here in this corner. And this is going to create such a cool backdrop for us. All right, so Love Struck is our first color. And then we'll go in with some Over the Moon, which is a beautiful, beautiful light yellow. We'll just blend those two together. I think my Over the Moon needs re-inked. It's showing up very, very light. I know, I'm super excited for you to see it too. It's going to be a fun class. It's going to be really fun. Okay, so now we're just blending in our lighter colors, and then we're going to go in with a little bit of bolder colors on top. So now we're going to grab the Roar, and the Roar is what we are going to bring in to the bottom here. And I think we might just use some of the Triple Berry for our last layer when we go over top of everything. This is going to create a very dynamic, really cool backdrop. And we're not going to do a whole bunch more to this card. We're just going to put a little leaf bunch. It's going to be one of those very simple, very easy cards. I mean, once you have your masks cut out, that's the hardest part, is just getting them cut out. And that's not even, I mean, realistically, that's not even that difficult. So, all right, so let's go ahead and put those away. We'll grab our Triple Berry. But first, we need to pull up we need to pull up all these pieces. So I'm going to use this little pick tool because, I mean, duh, it's the coolest thing ever. So we're just going to use this to kind of peel up these little pieces here, and they will peel right off of your card. So simple and so easy. And look at how cool that is. But you really do want to have like a little kind of a pick tool, because you want to be very gentle when you lift these off, because you don't want, number one, you don't want the mask to tear. It won't tear your paper, I can tell you that much, because it is a low tack, very low tack adhesive. Look at how cool that is. Oh, wait. You could keep that little piece there if you want, but there we go. And then we only have 2 more. And this is going to create, again, a very dynamic backdrop. Okay, whoops. I did rip that one. I wasn't as gentle as I said I would be. But these do have little perforated, these do have like score lines in them. So that's really what happened, I think. Okay, so now let me cap this before I stab myself with it. Okay. So now we're going to pop these back on, but we're not going to pop them on in the same place. So we'll just go ahead and... Oh, wait, we got to dry it first. We've got to dry it first because it does not... I mean, it's oddly enough right now, it is really sticking to it, but just for safe measure, let's hit this with the heat tool real quick. Oh my goodness, I just looked at just saw the order report pop up, and you guys are getting such incredible stuff from that sale. Oh my goodness. Load up your carts. It is quite the sale. Okay, so that is, we'll call that good. Hello, Simon. All right, so now we're going to use the masking paper again. So we're just using the ones that we used from before, and we're just going to kind of overlay them. But you just want to make sure that your ink is very dry. You want it to be very, very dry. That's the one thing that is very important about this technique, is your ink must be very, very, very dry. Because if it is not, you will potentially run into some issues where your masking paper can come up a little bit. But again, it's all up to you. If you like that look where, you know, it's kind of a little bit little crazy where it's kind of all over the place, that's up to you. You know, if you want, and I'm actually just going to rip this leaf in half here and just put, because it was already kind of ripped in half, and just put the pieces right here. There we go. All right, so now we're going to grab some of the triple berry as our top layer. And make sure everything's popped down there. Oops. And again, this is the triple berry, and it's going to look crazy right now because obviously we have layers on top of layers, but now we're going to take the triple berry and we're just going to kind of lightly, this isn't like a super crazy press down sort of a situation. We're just adding some shading onto what was the white leaves, which is the relief, obviously, no pun intended, the relief of what we did before. And we are just adding some color there. And you'll see when I pick this up, it is going to be so cool. And you can go in a little bit deeper in some areas, a little bit lighter in other areas. It's up to you. Create your own ending. We're not, you know, this card does not come with an instruction manual. This card is up to you, and you can create your own look and feel. And we're just creating, I mean, we're almost creating a stencil without using a stencil, right? All right, so I think that we should call that good. Yep. All right. So let's pop this back in, and now let's pull off all of the rest of the pieces. Again, we're going to use Gina's new tool. And now you'll see how there are additional blended pieces, and there are still some white areas. So it's really, really cool. Sometimes you'll need to use the pick, sometimes you won't. Look at how cool that is. Yes, the perfect blend just came back in stock. I mean, just came back in stock, like yesterday. All right. So now we're peeling off the rest of the pieces. If these leaves begin to kind of shift and move a little bit, it's not a big deal. Don't worry about it, because you can just throw them away. Now you can obviously keep this, I mean, for a long time. You can keep these masks for as long as you want. Just make sure that they are dry. Well, thank you, Simon. So now you'll see these are really going to create, I mean, there's lots of dimension, lots of How is the grid paper you are working on titled on the website? It is called, I think it's actually just called grid paper. I think it's out of stock right now, though. I think. So that might be why you are unable to find it. All right, so there is our backer. So now, of course, with Simon Hurley inks. Now, you could go in and you could color in those white areas as well, but I don't want to. I love that look of, you know, that look that it is, you know, kind of has its own kind of look to it. I think that's, not look, I keep saying look. It's very dynamic by having that white crisp line. That's what I get for trying to read comments and talk at the same time. So now, of course, Simon, who is here with us today, my favorite inks in the whole wide world, I've said this a million times, they are water reactive. So we're going to grab a little bit of water and we're just going to spritz very gently onto this paper, and you'll see it's already starting to react. Can you see that? How it's starting to pill. And what I do, and there's a lot of people that probably won't agree with me because there's a lot of people that like instantly dab up this water. I don't. I let it sit until it dries, and that is just my prerogative. So I'm sure there's probably a lot of folks that, you know, would rather dab all of this up right away. I don't. I let it sit and it pulls up, and it just creates such a cool dynamic look. So we'll move this aside. Now you can go in and you can, you know, heat it, and it will speed the process along. I'll show you that in just a second here as I'm heating it up. But I am just going to set it to the side because we are going to cut out some leaves real quick. So, but I'll show you here real quick. Look at how it's already, isn't that such a cool background? So let's move this to the side. And now we are going to cut out some leaves for our background out of the Fall Florals pad. We're also going to cut a leaf out of the glitter stock because, I mean, duh. Oh, yes, perfect, Simon. That's the word that I was trying to use, intensify. See, Simon, thank goodness you're here because I am, my brain is fried after this week, so I do not have the words ever. Or 90% of the time, I don't have the words to explain what I'm explaining. So thank you, Simon, for helping me. All right, so we are going to do, I think, the large leaf out of the glitter stock. And then I really want to use this leaf I'm in love with and this leaf I'm in love with. I know it's crazy to be in a, to love a leaf, but I do. I love them. So let's grab, oh, this cardstock is so pretty. And this cardstock is available, open stock as well. Oh, we definitely want to use this one. So we definitely want to use that one. Oh, you can't even see what I'm doing. Get it together, Christopher Allen. And then, I don't know, I'm really loving these colors. But I don't know. They're my favorite dye. I think they're my favorite dyes that we've ever come out with. I don't know, though. I really want to add in some more of the blue. So let's use this one, too. Yeah, got it. Good, got it, great. All right, let's put this back into the inspiration bag. And then I think we're going to do a little bow. Shannon would be so proud of me. Okay, so let's start with this dye. I need to find, I know what I need. I know exactly what I need. We have these like bar top tables that we use for the events, and I need to get one of those and bring that in here so that I can have that I need like a die cutting machine table. Like I need a table that's just for the die cutting machine, and I think one of those high top tables are exactly what the doctor ordered. So there's our first leaf. All right, we put our leaves to the side, and now we're going to do our secondary leaves. Now, obviously, I'm not showing you the die cutting because that part, I think that's the boring part. I mean, if any of you ever want to see, and I know we've talked about this before, want to see like a video of just how to die cut, we can certainly do something like that. But die cutting to me is like the most boring part of the process because you're really just sending a die through a machine. But I'll show you here. You can select any part, obviously, of your paper that you want to die cut. And for this one, look at how cool that turned out. Oh, she is proud of me? Okay, good. Because I'm going to make a bow. I'm going to, well, at least I'm going to attempt to make a bow. I mean, no one can make a bow like Shannon can. But I'm going to try. I mean, I'll give it the best effort that I possibly can. Whoop! And the die just flew. See, this is why I need a die cutting table. All right. I mean, I have the big Gigunda Tim Holtz die cutting machine that we got, the switch machine, and it's sitting back here in the cabinet because it's so large that I, again, need like a whole separate table to use it with. All right, so I think also, we need, do we need a little vellum? I don't know, hold on. I don't think, I mean, is that ever a question? I think always a little vellum is a good idea. But, so my idea is I just want to put these little guys kind of spread out like so, and then add just a sentiment across and put a little bow at the top. But I think we need a little vellum. So let me go over to my paper stash over here, and I'm pretty sure, I'm almost 100% certain that I got some vellum around here somewhere. Talk amongst yourselves for a moment. I'm not far. You just can't see where I am. Hold on. Let me grab my... We'll go to the front view so you can see what I'm up to. Let me see if I can find some Brutus Monroe vellum. Hold, please. Oh, maybe it's late. It's under specialty paper. I grabbed the wrong bin. Luckiest, oh, there goes some foil. Luckiest guy in the world, because everything is labeled for me here. But, oh, and I already had some masking paper. Ha-ha! Ah, luckiest guy in the world. It's all right here. See, it's right here. Right in the specialty paper bin. That's all the only place I had to go. Oh, and I just had an idea. So, found this too. So I think we can add a little bit of razzle dazzle to the background as well. All right, so I've got some vellum. It is heat resistant. Yes, see, it is heat resistant. All right, so now I'm gonna grab a circle die, put this back in the specialty box because I will be looking for it again, and everyone's gonna, now you'll be able to say Christopher in the specialty box. All right, so now I'm gonna grab a circle die, which is in the die bin. I can find that very easily. And then I think we're gonna do we'll do just a little bit of, a little foiling. Maybe? Yes? No? I have an idea. So this is how the foil comes to me whenever I get samples, which is, again, luckiest guy in the world, because this is a giant, giant thing of foil. And I think we'll do just a little bit of foiling in the background. I've shown this process before to you, and I'm going to show it to you again. What you can do is you can take a dauber, and you can take some of the Ultra Bond glue, okay? Because this remains kind of sticky. It's very interesting. It's a very interesting kind of product. So you can take a dauber. If I were a dauber, where would I be? Let me look at how things are labeled. Hold on. Tools. No? All right, so I think we'll just use our finger, the best tool that we've been given. And I'm just gonna add a little bit of this glue. So I'm gonna show you, let me go down to the top view. And all you're gonna do is you're just gonna add just a little bit of glue in just a couple little spaces. Okay? And you want this to be a very light dabbing of glue into just a couple little spots here. Okay? Because I just want a little foil. I mean, why not? I mean, we have a foil line here at Brutus Monroe. Why not add a little foil? Oh, wait, what'd she say? It's there, your blade is in the bin, and the thing under the TV. Negative. Negative. My rotary blade is... I found my rotary blade. But I don't know where my dauber is. That's okay. Heather redid the studio for me, as you can tell. All right, so now I'm just going to place this on top. That's all the time it takes for it to dry. Oh, my Lord, she's here. Woo! She scared me. She scared me. Everybody say hi to Heather. You want to say hi on the camera?
Hello.
Hold on. Here she is. Say hi. Say hi. I'm looking for,
It was there.
no, like the Tim Holtz dauber. The blade's right here. But I was looking for like a, you know, the old school dauber,
Yeah, they had been here.
Oh yeah, I don't know where they are. I mean, everything else I've been able to find seamlessly, but that is one thing that's very elusive to me. All right, so now I'm just going to run this through the die cutting machine, and you're not running it through to cut anything. You're running it through to just simply add pressure for the adhesive. Everybody's saying hello, Heather.
Hello.
To add some pressure for the adhesive. Let's see here. I see those bins. I've got those, and then all the magnets are there too. I'm gonna run this through. Oh my goodness, I have so many card bases. Okay. So we're gonna run this through. I'm just gonna add a little extra pressure to it. Oh, orange sketch. Thank you, Candy. I knew someone was probably going to ask what that was that I used, and I appreciate that you put that up there for me. All right. So now, what we're gonna do?
I swear I put them there.
I don't know, because it's weird, because all of the little thingies are in here.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
Like all the little foamy things are in here. So I don't know. I think I only had one, though.
You did.
To tell you the truth. Which is odd. But that's because I don't really...
You want me to go 0 to 1 out?
Yes, if you wouldn't mind. I mean, I don't need it right now, but if you wouldn't mind.
Yeah.
Okay, so now you can see we've just added a little bit of interest on top. And look, it almost looks like leaves. Isn't that cool? Now, if you had the dauber, you could do, you know, little areas and but you can also use like pixie spray on top of it. You could do so many different things. So we're just, honestly, just creating visual interest for our background. So now I'm going to grab the foundation dies. And we're going to do, I'd say, let's do this size. What size is this? Hold on, let me grab my ruler. So this circle die is about 3 1/4 inches. And we're gonna cut out, look, that just added just a little bit of oomph. Is all it needed.
That's from the plaid.
Oh, that's from what?
The plaid.
Oh, yeah.
Paper pad.
Do we still have that paper pad?
Yeah.
Okay.
Playful pad.
Oh, good. Look at what she already had for me. I didn't even have to cut them out. Look at all these leaves already ready to go. We'll use that on another project. All right, so we got our vellum that we're going to put in the center there. Oh, I just love that little extra, oh, I dropped my die. I love that little extra that added to that, the foil. Now again, you do you. So if you don't like the foil, and you don't like the look of the foil, don't do the foil. If you want to do, you know, you can use something like this, and do the glue through this, and then you can also do pixie spray through this. Maybe I'll show you that. Do you want to see that after this, how you can use this with pixie spray and create like a background? Well, maybe I'll show you that next. Would that be cool? All right, so let's start assembling. I need to grab some adhesive. Not wet adhesive, because you know me, I can't, for some reason I just have an aversion to the wet adhesive. And plus I also just absolutely love the Brutus Monroe adhesives, the dry adhesives. All right, so let's go ahead and let's start assembling. Oh, how long have I, oh, it's 2:19. Whew, I feel like I've been live for hours. But I haven't. How long? I used to always check the time because of YouTube, but now that we're over 30,000 subscribers, they don't do that anymore for time. They used to like buffer it down. All right, and now I'm going to use this tool again because, I mean, come on. We're going to, I mean, this is going to, I'm telling you, I'm going to use this tool for so many different things. I love it. And I love my Gina, and it's just such a great product. So great. So good. Okay. So now we can place this on top of our card base here. Center it the best that you can. Oh, be careful, Christopher. center it the best that you can. Okay, so there we go. Now we can grab our vellum piece, pop that right in the center. The Brutus Monroe adhesive really does disappear when you use it on vellum. The only thing is I need to mark. I need to remember if I'm looking at Gina like this is the pick side. It's the only thing that I need to try to remember. Is anybody getting anything good from the sale? See how that just disappears? Now, if you get fuzz on it, it's not going to disappear that well. But see how that just disappears right there? It's night here already. Hello in Zurich? Is that how you say that? All right, so now we will use some liquid adhesive for this, though. Foundation circles, thank you. That's another one. See, this is why I don't use liquid adhesive, because I got it all over the place. I'm the worst with liquid adhesive. So bad. So bad. I don't know why. I'm just not, I mean, maybe I wasn't, maybe it's something like when I was little, I wasn't good with liquid adhesive either. Oh, the metal end on the, wow, looky there. Thank you so much. I would have had no idea. There we go. The metal cap is the pick. Okay. There we go. Thank you. All right, so now I'm going to grab a pop dot. These are the Brutus Monroe ones. You can get yourself a giant roll of them. I think we still have these in stock. I'm just going to use one. That's all we need. Just one in the center here, because we're just kind of, look at how cool everything is coming together now. I wish you could see this in real life. All right. So now we'll use a little bit of the ribbon. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Oh my goodness, luckiest man in the world.
You can show them the dome ones.
Oh yeah, we did just get these in. We just got the dome ones in. I don't know if you guys have seen this yet, but we do carry all of these. So now I have new toys to play with.
Bye guys.
Heather said bye. Okay, so now let's see. Do we want to bring in a little bit of the green maybe? Oh wow. Well, does anyone near you carry Brutus Monroe? I guess that would be the question. Okay, now I need to figure out how to tie. I used to be really good at this. How to tie a bow without... Okay, I have an idea. We're going to take the Gina K tool. We're going to grab the pick end. And that's how we're going to tie our bow. Because it'll give us just an ever so slight little tiny knot. See, this tool is so useful for so many things. Okay, pull this side up just a little bit. And there we go. Oh my goodness. And now we have a little tiny bow to put on top. And I am going to use a glue dot. Do I have glue dots? Is the question. Oh, yes I do. Oh my goodness. It's so wonderful when everything is just, oh. Someone's getting fired. It's an empty box of glue dots. Hold on, they're probably in the bin. Well, actually, maybe I'll just use the tiny little, yeah, this is what we'll use. We'll use a tiny little foam dot. I used to live in Pittsburgh. Oh, we miss you too. Come back and visit someday. this should hold this just perfectly. There we go. It's going to give it a little pop too. Oh, perfect. Absolutely perfect. And then we're going to add a little sentiment to the middle and we're done. All right, so the sentiment we're going to use, I think we'll use let's see. Let's do sending love and hugs. And all I do is I just pop this on my paper trimmer. And that's how we make our sentiments super simple and super easy. And then I usually use scissors or a scissor to get this to the right spot. And then we're going to use a little bit of Brutus Monroe tissue tape. And we'll grab our tool again. Whoops. I'm going to grab this end. All right. And here we go. Oh my word, I love it so much. Look at how fun that is. Isn't that cool? And someone in their order is going to get this card. So let me go ahead and sign it real quick. Today is the 29th. All right. So someone will get this card in their order. I just think it looks so fun. I love it. Lots of razzle dazzle, right? All right, so now I'm going to show you this trick with this stencil. This is the Autumn Beauty stencil. And how you can use pixie spray to create a really cool background. Now, this isn't going to be perfect because I can't pixie spray and then pixie spray, if that makes sense, because the pixie spray has to be... Oh, there goes that stuff again. Heather Collins, are you still watching? The stuff that you picked up that is right next to my trimmer just fell down again. I think we need to find a better spot for it. All right, so the one thing I am going to do is I am going to tape this down because we need it to be as taped down as possible. Or in stay put, I guess you could say. You don't want it moving anywhere. Now, some of the pixie spray could get underneath. It's not a big deal. We're just creating kind of a foiled background without needing, to wait for the drying time. I'm pretty sure that I've done this technique on a video before, live before. So all you're going to do is you're going to take your pixie spray and you're gonna, and I can already tell it's going under some areas. And now normally this is not how you would use pixie spray, but you know me. I very rarely use products the way they're intended. All right, whoops, we're at the bottom of the can. All right, so now we will take some more foil. We'll use the orange foil again. And we'll lift this off and you can kind of see what it's going to look like already. I think we got a pretty good coverage on it. Yeah, it kind of went under some areas, but I think we'll be okay. I think it'll be all right. But again, the whole purpose of this is to kind of get, it's not supposed to be a perfect look. But I mean, if you are able to pixie spray and then pixie spray again, which you can't really in this technique, because then you're going to run into areas where your pixie spray is going to like kind of double up, if that makes sense. All right, so now let's go ahead and run this through. We're going to put a little piece of cardstock in as well. So I'm just running this through the die cutting machine just like you would normally run a die through a die cutting machine. It's just we're running through paper instead without a die. All right, so that seems to have adhered pretty well, because again, pixie spray is going to adhere very quickly to whatever you are doing. Okay. So let's go ahead and lift this off of here and show you what we got. Oh, I forgot to put my sequins on. Oh well. Okay. So see how, I mean, there are areas that it got under, but if you were able to adhere it a little bit better, but see how it doesn't hit those certain areas. Now imagine doing this on, you know, a much larger stencil. So like if you did one that's not as intricate, like this one, you could get every single leaf to show up absolutely beautifully. Isn't that great? I think it's super fun. Super, super fun. So that's it, everyone. That's all I got today. I think I think we had a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun, and I'm excited to see what you're able to get with the sale. Again, the National or World Card Making Day sale starts right now. Ends tomorrow at 11:59 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That is when the sale is done. And that is when everything will go back to regular price. There are over 1,000 products on sale right now. And grab them while you can, because there are some brands that never ever go on sale that are on sale right now. Even some new products that are on sale right now that are not normally on sale. So thank you. Remember to create something every single day, whether that is your own beautiful fall leaf card or your own ending. I appreciate you all very, very much, and I cannot wait to see you in the next video.